Okay, so we're in Junco Sprint 2, planning. So if we were to look at the schedule, we're in Sprint 2, which will start today and end on January 20th. So the sprints will be 3 weeks long. We've added the packet optical sprint into Jira, so those stories will be tracked there now. Jira, story point. So most everyone probably know this, but I thought I should list this out since some of the stories have points that are interestingly large. So 1 takes less than a day to complete, 2 is about a day, 3 is a few days, 5 is a week, and 8 or more is usually not within a sprint and should be broken up into smaller tasks. Components. So we're trialing this where we're looking at using components to distinguish stories within an epic. For example, some of the new components that we added, we haven't done this holistically, so not everyone will be able to do this. But some of the new ONOS components are platform, Yang compiler, Yang runtime, and dynamic configuration. Looking at some of the stories that are in there for dynamic configuration, and some of the prefixing that is used there, we could definitely move to using components. We'll call those out in a bit. And then dependencies and blockers. Please call out any dependencies and blockers that you have in order to get through your sprint. Okay? Okay, let's move on to Jira. And then I will refresh this since. Okay. We'll start with the platform sprint. So I've moved the bugs that we had identified from the bug scrub over here. Some of those are still mostly unclaimed since they're with John Hall. And so as folks, these are bug bounties, as folks pick those up, it would be great if they can put their names on it. And I think what we had discussed last time was by the end of this sprint, if these are not picked up, we'll need to consider having the team trade off features versus getting these fixed so that they can go into the 1.8.1 and make sure that we get it into this the Junco release. Okay.
Yep, that sounds reasonable.
So yeah, can you make the, I don't know if it'll totally just make it invisible, but can you make possibly like zoom in and make the text bigger so we can read it a little better?
Better?
A little bit.
More?
One more.
Better?
Yeah, that should be good.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to see much of my screen.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so the ones that I talked about were actually this one needs to up.
Well, I don't know. It'll the screen will hold it.
Okay, so I think that was the ordering we had for these. So the 4 at the top, we had said they were critical. Okay, and then we can start with this next one. Here?
So, I'm sorry, what? Oh, yeah. Where is this? Okay. So then Brian, do you want to talk about the 2 items that are in there?
Which ones?
On the platform, so the SCR annotation changes.
So the SCR annotation changes is a bug that Charles filed. For some reason, the bug isn't picking them up, and I just wanted to look at it.
Oh, okay. So it's not picking up the. Got it. Yes.
If you change enable from true to false or something.
Yes, it's not gonna get recompiled.
Okay. And the other one was the bottom one. Is actually already done. I just thought we'd put it in here to get the points.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and then the net config.
I don't know. I don't
Somebody
have
else.
either of those. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I guess that somebody else put it in there. NOVSV Pros. Do we have anything else from the platform that we ought to get added?
Anything else?
That's what I was just trying to figure out, if there's anything in the backlog for the platform. Nothing at least jumps out from the backlog. So I think platform should be fine. You can probably move on to the core. Let's take a look at the. Can you look at the core Epic, just in case we're missing something, because I think there may be. Okay, thanks. I think that's fine. I wonder if what do you think, scheduling a bug scrap as part of this sprint also just as an activity?
Sure.
Something to explicitly call out a bug scrub. I think we have a standing backlog scrub item in the core. Oh, sorry, under platform. I'm sorry, under platform. My bad. Yeah, backlog cleanup. Why don't we just schedule it there and then drag it into sprint? Because I think we need to do that periodically. Perfect. Thank you. I think it's getting filled. Yeah, there we go.
I got there.
All right, so I think for platform that should be fine. So we have under 40 points. All right.
Simon?
Yeah, hi. So for us, the top item is doing the work to support the packet optical rendering view. And then other than that, it's continuing on with topology 2 work. And then I have Fan, who's working on the partitions view. So we did put out a call for some input to that, and we've got pretty much zero response. But we will press on. And then finally, I have Vishwa, who is going to do some basically refactoring work to reduce the amount of copied code on views that have detail panels that pop out. In all, we have an estimate of 39 points, which I think is pretty reasonable for a 3-week sprint.
Yep.
Any thoughts or questions?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Network virtualization? Yasin or Ali?
Who's gonna talk about virtualization?
Oh,
you are.
Good question. Anton, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, I will cover our schedule for this sprint. So actually, we in previous sprint we have some remaining tasks. Some things are a little bit delayed because we most of the code we are already implemented, but we still have some problems. The legal process and to merge code to our the master branches. yeah, it looks like we have a lot of items for this sprint, but if we consider our this Junco release schedule, we will accelerate in this sprint our development. So we put this a little bit ambitious. The skip planning.
Yeah, because I'm seeing. Sorry, I'm seeing folks with 8 story points, which I assume is the whole sprint, and then they also have other items. I don't know if that means these items have already had some work done, or if you're expecting.
Sorry, could you speak?
The 5573, does it have any work done? Large, and then this one, the 5362,
Yeah.
those are big point
This already has some work.
8-point items. Maybe that will be reduced. Maybe I think that is a typo or some. Yeah.
But this already has some implementation.
Yeah, we have some implementation, but yeah, I don't think so that is the number 8 task. Maybe
historical.
Yeah.
8 is historical.
Yeah, it's the kind of 5 or maybe at most that is 5.
Well, that's fine. I mean, we don't need to resize them. It's just that,
Yeah.
like, I think that's fine.
Can I ask a quick question, non-related to planning? Is this part of the core, or is it like an app that is enableable?
Actually,
No, it's part of the core.
It's part of the core? Okay. That's all. Sorry.
Well, not all of it.
Hijacking the-
Not all of it. The OS agent part is an app, essentially, but the,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
the virtual network subsystem itself.
But it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
The subsystem is going to be there.
Yeah. Well, the providers, the southbound stuff is essentially loadable, and the northbound.
Basically, the usual stuff that's loadable is loadable, except the subsystem in the middle.
Sure.
I have a question about the virtualization data server and manager. Like, is that something that uses another sort of uses the other ONOS configuration subsystem, or is it a separate configuration like database, or is it less configuration and more? Which one is more? This is 5362. You see what it is?
I don't see it.
That's the second from the bottom. It's an 8-point item.
Oh, that's the usual manager and data store that we usually have for all subsystems, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. The usual pattern, right? That we do.
Okay.
Maybe there's like too high level story, but it's the usual stuff that you have to store and manager.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Any other questions or comments before we move on to the next one? Okay.
Doesn't look like it.
Dynamic configuration. Patrick?
Yes. Hi everyone. Happy New Year's to you guys. So basically, I just grouped this ones into the 5 area. It's the configuration store service, and the YAN tools, and the YAN module core. It's the YAN core is the combined the same one, and the YAN runtime, and the RESTconf app. So all these ones focus on the YAN tools. So basically after we finish this, most of the 90% in the YAN tools changes is done to meet the demo 1 and 2 for the ONS. So the RESTconf, I just update this ones for the last 2. I gave them more time on the 5. You can reload to update these ones. So originally, when I put the 2 there, it's too short. Should be 5. I just modified this one. Yes. So the 1, the 3. Okay. So basically, here is all we are planning to do in this sprint. Thomas and Brian, and Citara, and Jingan, you guys in the loop, you can take a look at these ones. We don't have too much dependencies here. Basically, once the API is defined implementations, there is some dependencies between the store and the YAN node, the service, the implementation. But I talked to Cetera in the morning, she can handle that. It's no problem. Yep, it's pretty much it's a total is 20. I think all these reflect the priorities Thomas gave the before the vacations.
Okay.
Any
And
questions?
Patrick, it looks like Vidya has at least 20 story points worth of work.
What's the question?
I just wanted to make sure that the folks that signed up can get their work done. Because it looks like there are some folks that have more than 3 weeks worth of work.
Oh, I see. Actually, the Indian teams get 1 more week, right? They didn't take break last week.
So you're counting for that. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So they work hard. Actually, so my teams in local, the 2 of them, Jingan and Cetera, continue work last week.
So I noticed
Yes.
that you prefixed all the stories with the components that they're touching. So just a comment on another way to do this is you can use components. And
okay. Oh yeah. Actually, I was thinking as the people will catch what you are doing by the subject or the summaries quickly. That's why I duplicate the Yan tools, all this in the subject, so the people can quickly figure out the Jira ticket is for which the component.
Okay.
So, quick question, Patrick. I wonder if we need to allocate some time for redoing the metadata.
Oh yeah, of course.
We may need to talk about that on Thursday.
Yes. I saw your emails before the vacation and after the vacation. So the holidays. Yes. Basically, Thursday we can make decision. However, now the engineering team is fully analyzed. So we probably need to figure out some of the things in the Yan tools may be postponed if we really need to go down that part. So yeah, yes, agree.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, any other questions? Now we'll move to deployment. Yuka?
Okay. Thanks.
Yes. So the first 4 are done. Well, they're not done in the sense that they're waiting for a review, but are done, essentially. I'm working already on the 5th one, the 5799, to enable 5775, which should be fairly easy. The others, Pierre, do you want to talk about them?
Which one? What's the one?
Well, the one about meters and.
Okay. In the previous sprint, we did some change on the design of the meter service. In particular, we have some and the first 2 are related to work that has been done by Jordi, and we need to add functionality in the meter service to query the meter available, and also the connection of the meter feature that now is a missing part, and we need to store this feature in the meter store. And then the last one, Jordi made some review, and we need to review the code in this sprint.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, and there is also the last issue 5807.
Oh, yeah.
And this some testing work that we need to do to understand if the default driver can support DCLS
as GNFP, because if we do this change to the meter creation, the driver, we need also that the default driver and Junco driver are ready to support the VTLS and SGNFP.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, thanks, Luca. Packet optical?
So there's 3 categories, I guess. One has to do with the protection behavior that Utah is working on in support of the NTT field trial. So there's one very high priority, the first one, and then 5810 is lower priority, but still quite important. Second one has to do with a TL1 device provider that I wrote, and I'm finishing right now. I wish I didn't have to do this, but it's the only way to talk to the devices that I'm getting. I mean, there's no way around it. Sometimes they have like SNMP or something else, but then it's more limited. The TL1 is like the full thing. So welcome to 1975 or something. And so that will ultimately lead to a driver for the wave-ready device that I have here already, and there's another one that's gonna come online that will use the same driver. And then there's one activity around Open ROADM that has to do with well, there's actually 2. I didn't really want to 5348. I didn't really want to pull that one in, but 5803 is a kind of gap analysis to understand what the information model is going to look like and if we have any gaps with the Open ROADM model. And that's it for packet optical.
All right.
That looks like it. Anything else?
It looks like just an observation. Looks like fairly well balanced sprints in terms of the points. I mean the different scrums, except the dynamic config is like more than double. I suppose maybe the team is larger or something. Interesting.
Team is larger. So when do we want to start the sprints? End of day today?
That's what I would do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you just start like in an hour at 4:30 or something like that. That gives a chance for people to maybe mop up or adjust some things, and sounds reasonable.
Yep. And then any dependencies or blockers we need to be aware of. So from a priority standpoint, is there anything we need to address? Or is everyone good to go?
I don't think so. I don't think the strong dependencies, some things can be managed under the dynamic configuration. Yep.
Okay, anyone else?
Can't think of anything.
One thing is that the patch from Michele and Andrea about the domain thing, my patch sort of depend on it, and I wanted, I guess, the intent folks to see if that makes sense or not.
So what we ought to do is then make sure that we schedule some review time then very shortly so that it doesn't bother.
Do you want to add that to the?
Yeah, why don't we add that to the platform sprint? Do you want to?
No, yeah, I think
it's just okay to me, so I want to.
Yeah, no, I think
so
we should add that.
You're gonna add that, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, Brian's gonna add a point to track that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually this morning sweeping through the review backlog. We have a lot of, I think, like 150 pending reviews somewhere around there. And granted, maybe the last 40 of them are kind of the sort of junk from the past, but yeah, we have a lot that we need to flush.
Okay, so Brian has an hour until I start the sprints.
Yep. If you refresh, I think you should be able to see it.
I haven't created it yet, but
Oh, yes, never mind. Okay.
It'll be there in
Yeah. So I think that's it, right?
Okay, anyone else? Any issues? If not, we'll call it good. Thanks, everyone.
So, do you guys have a dependency or?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Yen.
Okay.
Thank
Are
you.
you gonna be here next week?
Probably in a couple weeks. William was going to be there, I think the week of the 18th, so.
Oh, that's right, when William's gonna be. Okay.
Yes, and then Joe was going to confirm whether ON.Lab observes them already, so.
All right.